a little bit about web hosting. And not only are you going to learn a little bit about web hosting, you are going to create a free account with X hosting so that you can have a free web host. Most web hosting require you to pay like a monthly fee so that you can have like a disk space to host your website. Now with this company 10x hosting, you get free web hosting, and it's forever free web hosting, so you can actually create free websites. And I am going to show you how to do that and teach you a little bit more about web hosting. So as you scroll down this screen, and I'm also going to link this too in the description in my YouTube video so that you can click on here and actually register for an account. So as you scroll down here, you're going to see that there are various tiers that you can sign up for. You can sign up for the premium for a low monthly cost of $3.95 a month. So $3.95 a month, so that you can have a cPanel, unlimited database, unlimited email, unlimited disk space, unlimited domain, and also 24/7 dedicated support system. And this is what we're going to focus on here. The basic, that was the premium. The basic, you're going to have a direct admin to 2 database, 3 emails, 500 MBs of disk space, 3 domain names. It's self-support or a community forum that would help you navigate here. And also you can use me too and go through some of my contents, and even message me if you need any help with your first web project, or if you decided you want to learn a little bit more about web hosting or web development, is it, or even web design. So here you are. So I already have an account. I'm just going to log in, but what you want to do is select this, click continue, and set up your account. Just follow this user prompt and fill in the necessary information that you would need, and then sign in. But since I already have an account, I am going to go ahead and sign in. And you're going to have to set up in service here so that you can get the free account. Since I already have an account, my account is already here. Now, what I want you to not do is what I did, is just ignore this for a long time. So since you set up this is what you do. You add new service by adding new, and then you click from here which service you want. And you should already be within this free tier unless you decide to upgrade. Okay. So what you do is make sure you log in once a month into this service, into your admin service or your cPanel or your web hosting, 10x web hosting. Make sure you log in here at least once a month so that you don't get a terminated account. I set up this account before and ran my website www.its-olive.com. I set it all up here, and as you can see here, it was 100% free. The only thing I had to pay for was my domain name. So if you want a branded domain name, I could show you how to set that up. But in this case, this website is going to have a xhosting.com type of name. So it's kind of branded with the X hosting company with a username that you could set up. And I did that here. And this one I just created. I added new service for free. So I am going to go ahead and actually show you how to set up a free blog site if you decided to become a blogger like myself, or even if you decided to have your own e-commerce store, I could help you set that up. Now I'm not going to actually show you how to set up your domain. I can make another video if you want to see that, how to set up your domain to what we're going to create is your website. So we're going to go straight into the hosting control panel. And this is what I mean here. You see how my website is going to be sunnysideup.x10.mx. That is going to be pretty much my URL. But if you decide to have something more branded, and you can go to any hosting site like Namecheap, even Squarespace to buy a domain name. It's very inexpensive. You could buy it for $12 a year. It's like $1 a year. Some are like 99 cents, and all of that, which is like, but some of it is even like less than like a cup of coffee. And you buy that annually. But this here, sunnyside-up would then be the website. So what I'm gonna have to do is you go to this section here on the left hand side where it says Sofalicious App Installer, and you see here the options of apps that you could download. So in this case, let's say we want to download WordPress. We can click on there. We can actually click on here and choose here. And if you decide to also have a like an e-commerce store, you can do OpenCart. And then you can also, OpenCart is another e-commerce platforms like Shopify, like BigCommerce, but Shopify is not self-hosted. What we're doing, since this is a hosting company, we're having our own hosted e-commerce. So we're going to have to manage the backend. A lot of companies like to hire people like myself, and I actually work as a e-commerce digital marketing manager, and I'm also a freelancer of digital marketing and also e-commerce management or web design. So in this case, our main purpose is, let's say we want to be a blogger. We're going to go in here and click on WordPress. And then all we have to do is hit install. And this would then be our website. But also you can kind of scroll through here on the left hand panel and see the various apps that you can actually install and host. You can see here the e-commerce app, and you can click on that and see what type of application that you can actually install. And you can see the list of application here, like you can see a list of application. PrestaShop is very popular. Zencart is a very popular self-hosted e-commerce platform. Bigger companies, for example, like small manufacturing companies, and that is where most of my clients are from, like to use Adobe Magento. So they'll download like this here, Magento 2.4, and their web developers will actually download this, and then their web designer, which is another team, the creative team, will help set up a UI before the development team push it live. And so a lot of the companies I work for that are small manufacturing company love to use Magento if they have a self-hosted company. But most companies that don't want to deal with hiring a developer or hiring a designer and hiring someone like an admin or a tech person to manage this as a full-time job would love to use something like Shopify or BigCommerce. Those are two main platforms. Now, if you're thinking about having your own self-hosted commerce and free, this is it. Now, the hosting space may not be as robust to kind of host an e-commerce shop, but you could, let's say, have like a few products on there, like 5 products, 2 products or so, and you'll be fine. But now let's go on and think more about the blog that we want to have. We want to have WordPress because WordPress is a great way for you to kind of like blog and speak about many things that you're passionate about. And this is what we're going to do in this tutorial. I'm going to show you how to install this now. So you go ahead and click install. We're going to install it here on my sunnysideup.xmx because I have not set up a domain place to kind of set it all into place, right? So we're going to do that. I'm going to do a quick install. I don't need to do anything in particular. Just need to do like a quick install, and you could see some of the themes that you may want to have here. I'm going to do like something simple like that theme. Let's select that theme. Yeah. And we're going to go ahead and do a quick install. This should be easy breezy. Install. Go ahead and install that. And this will install. And now you see that you have a URL here. I want you to focus on this area where it says sunnysideup./WP. That's the admin section for you to log into your website. Log into your blog, I mean. And here is your blog. You can go in. You can start posting and writing about something you're passionate about, and it would be right here. If you go to my blog, this is what this blog would look like. We selected this theme. You can also go through the theme store and pick your own customized theme. And you can hire someone like myself or a designer to help set up your theme for you, and they can come up with something that you could use. But you can also self-management, because WordPress is a content management software. So you can add your post. This is what it will look like in the front end of your website. This is what other people will see as they go through. And this is the back end. This is called the admin section, and this is what you should see. Nobody else should have access to this. Nobody else should have your email, your password, or anything to get in. Because then when you sign out, here, you can do that. And this is where you set up your user account, and this is where you set up your password. Okay, so when you go to user profile or setting, go to user profile, and you could set up your email address here and your password. You could write a little bit about yourself. You could set up your name here. Use this thing called Gravatar. You click on the link, set up another account on the wordpress.org, which is another website for WordPress, but this is a self-hosted, and then you can also set everything up here. Just go ahead and read through that, and you see how this is I don't have a custom domain name, but I will show you how to do that in the next video. So let's say we copy and paste that, open another tab, and I'm going to put that URL. This is your URL. Again, because this is a free hosting web company, that is your URL. You're going to have to set up a DNS and kind of configure it if you do have your own domain name. So we can go back here. Okay, you can go back here and also see this. I want you also, when you set this up, to kind of bookmark this. Go in and also start setting up your password. That's like the first thing you need to do. Is you set up your email, and then you set up your password. See, edit yourself here. And if you ever to be locked out of your website, see, so I want you to kind of go in the user, see who you are, and if you are going to manage your website with multiple users, let's say you're not just a one person blog team, you have a team of editors that want to contribute to your post, you can start adding these people so then they become writers and they get to post their stories and their passion projects, and you get to share your passion projects and all of that. But just remember, they can log in, you can give them a role. So this role is an admin role, but if you go over here and you can click through that, add this, and then you can also give this person a role. So these are the roles: contributor, author, editor, or administrator. Administrator is like, just make sure it has to be yourself if you set up this site. If you are number one, the web developer, if you're number one, the owner, then you are the admin. But if anybody else that is working with you and wants to contribute, set them up as an author. And also remember your password. If you don't remember your password, you may have to kind of go in, and then I'm going to have to kind of like show you how to like break into your site at this point. So let's get out of Softalicious, and let's see if we can go back to our hosting site. Softalicious is on a lot of cPanel that have like this is Softalicious. They have all of these great softwares that you could download onto your hosting disk. Softalicious. Okay, so this is where we want to go. We want to go to the control panel, and I want you to familiarize yourself with the control panel, because this is everything here that you're gonna have to learn and to get used to, so that you can manage your application that is now self-hosted on a free hosting platform. This actually is disabled. This is like the chat feature and the ticketing system and all that. So it looks like you gotta be a premium host. And it looks like they've changed a lot of things from the last time. I didn't log in when I created my first site. I'm gonna black out a lot of this stuff so you guys don't see, and these are stuff that you should not let anybody else see, which is your server's IP address. You don't want no one like getting in there, especially if someone knows how to use terminal and kind of like shell into a website and all that. You don't want them getting into your site. You don't want hackers in your site, pretty much. Advanced features, two-step password directory, email, spams, set up like an email hosting account, domain pointer. So when you do buy your own domain name, it's going to be so cheap. If you do, and if you just want it free, you're going to have to kind of deal with the URL or the link that they give you. But if you do decide to have a domain setup, just come into this account manager and have a domain setup. So this is my domain, sunnysideup.x.mx. But if you do have a domain name that you bought from Namecheap, go to DNS management, and I am going to show you how to add all that record so that you would be able to kind of point that on your Namecheap account. So I'm gonna block a lot of this stuff too. I mean, I'm gonna blur like a lot of this IP stuff.